Hi, it's Susan Short with FBTV, and we are here in St. Pete at the Pier under the Janet Eckelman sculpture. So we're going to take a look a little closer at some of the restaurants here at the Pier, some of the things that the Pier have to offer, and we're also going to talk to an expert on architecture and urban planning. Stay tuned. So we are here today speaking with Alex Salazar. He is a professor at University of California, Berkeley in architecture and urbanism. How are you doing today?
Good. Thanks, Susan. Nice to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. So as an expert in urbanism, what do you think, this is the big question, what do you think of the new pier? Do you feel like you're on a pier? Is it a good use of space? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's great, the new project. And I compare it with what the old pier was like and the utility that the old project had for the public. And it's very interesting to see exactly what you said a bit earlier, that this is a place for the people. Obviously, you have places for children, for families to come, for couples to come to, or just to jog or to ride a bike. And it's a very democratic space. I walked with it. I walked back and forth on this new pier yesterday, and the one thing that I started thinking about was how it shares very important principles of urbanism with some of the European, very successful urban spaces.
Such as?
Well, for example, there are different places for different user groups.
Right.
Children.
Beautiful playgrounds.
Right.
And even the sculpture is incorporated into the playground.
And I really think that this project is about it's about placemaking. It's about creating spaces that are usable, as opposed to creating an icon,
right,
which is what we had for many years with the old pier, this long pier. And we all remember it, right?
Yes.
The St. Pete Pier, the inverted
pyramid.
And yes, it was interesting as an icon, but icons don't really function as well as what we once thought they might.
Right.
The idea that it's surrounded by water is important, but that doesn't mean you can't have gardens and you can't have the different spaces that we see. And I think that the designers did a very nice job of integrating landscape and shade and shadow. And yes, of course, there's that one kind of destination point at the end of the pier, which is very useful. You need that in a public space. You need to have a magnet that brings in the crowds.
Right.
But once the crowds are in, you need to be able to support them with places.
Right.
And spots that are more humane, you know.
Right.
It's not just about the one kind of icon at the end of the runway, you know. It's not about the supermodel only, right?
Right.
It's about the personality of the place and how useful it is as a destination in terms of lending humanity to the city.
Yes. Which is great, and walking and exercising, and it's got low impact as far as the environment, which is great, because this is such a sensitive environmental area with all the water around us.
Absolutely.
And there's birds. You can see the birds on the sculpture, on the Janet Eckelman sculpture. So
that's really nice, yeah.
It's really nice. It's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us.
It's my pleasure. It's really nice to see St. Petersburg finally has a very useful public space.
Absolutely.
That is going to be also a destination, and hopefully it'll be here for many years to come.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
And to end a perfect afternoon at the pier, one must go to Doc Ford's Rum Bar and Grill. As you can see, people are having a great time. You can sit outside. There's a beautiful, warm, Caribbean-style breeze. People are enjoying themselves, socially distanced, of course, watching the sunset. It just doesn't get better than this. This is Susan Short on FBTV. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll see you next time.